Kendra. Today I have a makeup tutorial for you, kind of inspired by the colder months. I've been loving doing more of a smoky eye, so I did an olive green eye, basically because I love this one eyeshadow and I just lost it here. It's this one from Butter London in their palette. I mentioned this in my favorites video and I love all these colors. They're like interchangeable, so this green I just love so much, so I was like, you know what? We're doing a green look. The nice thing is it's a wearable look because it doesn't look super green. I use kind of like a golden color on top, so it just blends it all together, so it just looks like a nice smoky eye look. And then for my face, kept it pretty neutral. I wanted to do something very radiant and dewy and fresh and natural looking, and then a mauve lip, which is what I've been doing every single day. And I got a ton of new makeup brushes, so I wanted to show you guys all of these. They are by Royal and Langnickel, and I got 2 of the kits, and then I got a couple different individual ones that I wanted that weren't in certain kits. So I will link them down below if you guys are interested. I will, in the tutorial, I tell you what brushes I'm using at the time, but I thought this would be a good idea for a gift. If you guys have a friend or a family member who loves makeup, a brush kit would be a really good thing. I mean, I would love to get a brush kit for Christmas, so not that I need any now. And they offered to give you guys 20% off all of their brushes, which is so generous. So if you guys want to take advantage of it, it's Kendra20. That's the code you'll need to use. I will link it down below. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and let's get started. So starting off, I'm going to put on some primer. This is a Cover FX mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment, and I'm going to apply this with my fingers. I find that sometimes when I apply my primer, putting it on with your fingers just kind of like melts it into your skin a little bit better. I'm also applying the under eye primer from Cover FX. It looks like this. I talked about that in my favorites, if you saw that. And I find that this kind of, well, it smooths out my fine lines under my eyes, and it just helps my concealer sit a lot better and just nicer. I am going to use my IT Cosmetics CC cream. I use this all the time. It's so good. It's just lightweight. It gives me a ton of coverage. It has SPF 50 in here. It really is the best. So I'm going to pump this on the back of my hand. I'm in light right now. I'm a little bit lighter, and I'm going to press this in with my beauty blender. I'm trying to use my beauty blender more. If you guys remember on last tutorial, I was saying how lazy I am because I hate washing them, but you do get a really nice finish when you use them. So I'm just going to press this all around my face. I've been using coconut milk for my coffee creamer. It's so good. All right, so moving on to concealer. My hair is so frizzy right now. I am going to take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and apply that on the inner part of my eyes, and then a little bit of a V. I've been trying not to use as much powder lately because since I'm getting those forehead lines, I'm trying to just use powder only where I need it. This is my under eye beauty blender. Just because, I don't know, I think it's just habit that I set everything with a powder, but I technically don't really need to because I don't get oily during the day. It's just a habit. I had to pull my hair back because it is out of control. Okay, so for my face, I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on a little bit of redness. This is a pure, what's it called? Disappearing Ink Concealer. And this is really nice. It blends in really nicely. It's just like a really nice natural finish. My skin is finally getting back to normal. It was breaking out. I did have a facial though, so I think that was kind of, you know, sometimes when you do like a really deep clean for your face, you'll break out and then it'll get better a little bit after that. So now it's back to normal. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just kind of press that in. So now I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. You get 3 colors in here, so it's really nice to kind of customize the color. I'll show you. So for my under eyes, I've been using Dim Light. It's this one right here. And then I'm going in with the BX40. I love using these tapered brushes for my under eyes. They just press perfectly under there. So you don't want too much of this powder because it it'll cake up if you use too much. You need the slightest amount. And then for my face, I'm going to kind of switch off between the different shades. So I'm using the BX05. This one's just good for like a nice, soft, fluffy brush. And I'm going to take the warmer shade in the hollows of my cheeks. This is not like contouring at all, it just adds a little bit more warmth around your face. And I'm not really using that much either. And then this lighter shade where you would typically highlight. I love these powders because they're just like super light, and they just, I don't know, they just like look so natural on your skin. And then just kind of blend that out. And then I'm gonna use the dim light around my nose, because the dim light I find like conceals my pores the most and just gives me like the most flawless kind of look. Okay, moving on to some bronzer. I want to warm up my face and do a little bit of contouring. So this is the Alima Pure Radiant Finishing Powder in Sedona. It is so, so pretty. It has a really beautiful tan to it. I'm using the same brush that I used for our powder. And then it just gives your skin like just a radiant look. So what I want to do, just, you don't want too much on your brush. I want to, kind of how we did the other powder, just brush this in our cheeks just to kind of warm up that area. And we're just going to take this all around our face. You want to focus it on the outer parts of your face. So the center part we want to keep a little bit lighter, and then just kind of warm up the outside. And then I want to contour just a little bit to kind of chisel out my features. So I'm going in with the High Dive by Bare Minerals. It's their bronzer. It's a really pretty, like, it gives you a lot of depth. And then this brush is the BX30. And I like this because it's like the perfect size to get right in my cheekbones. And it's dense, but it still has a little bit of give. So I'm not going to do like this, like I usually do. I just want to do right in, like, kind of straight back. Just so it really kind of brings out the cheekbone. And then once you have that on, take the, actually I want to use this is a big old brush. This is the BX00, and I'm going to use this to just buff that in. And then for my temples, I'm going to contour right here. So it's going to give you that very, like, you know, defined face. So right kind of a little bit higher than your eyebrows. So then what this does, since it's contoured right in here, it makes your cheekbones just stick out a lot more. And then buff that out. I also filled in my eyebrows, I don't know if you noticed. And I made them a little bit darker than I usually do. Okay, moving on to highlight. So these are the, what are they called? I think they're just called highlighters. They're cream highlighters by Jouer. So there's Camellia, Champagne, and Tiare. And I basically mix the three together. So there's like a pearl color, kind of a rose gold, and then more of a gold. And I literally just stick my finger in all of them to where I get kind of like a skin tone color. You get a little more. And what I like to do with this is tap it right on the top of your bone. And I bring it up right above my eyebrow. And this will lock in your highlight, so it just is so much more noticeable. And I don't know, for some reason, like I have been using this every single day. I find that the cream just makes it look so pretty and dewy. And I also want to take a little bit of that down my nose and right above my cupid's bow. Now I'm going in with my Laura Mercier highlight. It's called the Matte Radiance Baked Powder, but it's in the shade Highlight number 1. So I heard about this from Makeup by Tiffany D, and I love it. It's such a beautiful, natural highlight. It gives your skin just like that glow. It's not glittery. It looks just like a powder, but when you put it on your skin, it just gives you that really pretty sheen. So I'm using this little fan brush. This is the BX150, and I just like kind of shake it on there, and then just kind of press that right where we put the cream. Oh, it's so pretty. Just kind of like right on top. And last, for my face, I'm putting on some blush. This is the Tarte Exposed, and I'm using the BX10 for this, and just applying that basically like in the middle of where our bronzer and highlight is. This will just kind of connect them and make them blend a little bit better. I just can't live without blush every day. I feel like blush just warms me up, it wakes me up, and just kind of like finishes it off. Okay, so this is the face all done. So it just gives you that really pretty like sheeny glow. It just makes everything look a little bit more defined. So let's move on to the eyes. So I'm using my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and I like to just take it off the brush and then just apply it right on to my lid. I've been using this a lot lately. I'm taking a break from my Painterly paint pot. I feel like it's just, my eyes are so like splotchy and veiny, so I'm trying to like switch out my products and see if it'll help a little bit. I'm also trying to put more of my eye creams on my lid so that get some more anti-aging. All about the anti-aging right now. I'm using mainly my Better London palette. I want to show you guys these eyeshadows on. They're so pretty. So I have the Natural Charm palette, but I also have a couple shadows from the Fancy Flutter. So I don't know like which ones are which, but I'll just kind of explain them to you. First, I'm going in with this nude color, basically all over my lid. I want it mainly under my eyebrow. This is a BX75, and I'm just going to pack that on. These eyeshadows are so pigmented. You technically don't need an eyeshadow primer. I just am a creature of habit, and I can't really do my eyeshadow without one, like ever. I'm also gonna just bring that down. Why not? Okay, using the same brush, I'm going to take this shade, which is like kind of a caramel color. It's just a nice light brown taupey shade. And I want to mix it with my Makeup Geek Creme Brulee, which is this one right here. Because that one has a little bit more of like an orangey tone to it. I think olive green colors look really pretty with like a little bit of an oranginess to them. So I'm putting this in the crease, just back and forth. Kind of want to apply it first. I just press it in, focusing mainly on the outside like that, and then start blending it. I like to put my brush, same thing with the contour, put it vertical like right into the socket and then turn it so you can blend it out. The colors are actually on the back of these, so I will link them all down below, but this green one is Camo. This is what I'm going to put on our lid. So I want to use a flat brush. Here we go. This is a BX80, so something flat, and I want to press this on my lid. Look how pigmented that is. Are you serious? Okay. Going to focus it on the outer part of our lid. Look at that. That's so pigmented. And then slowly bring that in. And then I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll blend it out because I don't want to have a ton of product on the inside part of our lid. And then once you have that on, you can start building up the product. So I'm just adding a little bit more like right at the base of our lash line. And then I'm using the BX90. It's kind of like a pointed brush. And I'm going to take a little bit more creme brulee. And then this one, which is kind of like this mustardy color from MAC. I got this at a CCO, so I'm not sure what color that is. And I'm going to put some of this in the crease. Then I want a little bit of that lighter shade right under our brow. So I'm taking that nude. This is the BX50. It's just kind of like flat. So I can just that right underneath, just to brighten that area up a little bit, and then you can kind of blend that out if you need to. I also want to put that lighter shade on our inner tear duct because it'll brighten it up, but it's not going to be like a highlighter. Okay, and then to kind of brighten it up and make it look a little bit more like golden. You can use any type of kind of gold. This is ColourPop Crimper. This is so pretty. Also, this one is from Butter London in Citron. It's kind of like a little bit of an orangey shade. Or this one is pretty, kind of just like any gold color. You can kind of mix them. I'm gonna mix this Butter London, or no, ColourPop with this gold one in the Butter London. So you just get this kind of goldeny color, and I want to press that in the middle just to make our eyes pop a little more, and then blend that inward. So I'm keeping it kind of low and then just kind of doing like a half circle motion. And once you have that on, you can go in with more green if you want to intensify the green a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more kind of on the outer part. And blend that out. Now I want to bring everything we did on top down below. So take a, these are the two brushes I like to use for under my lid. Something that's flat and something that's tapered. So the flat one here is the BX 110, and then this tapered one is the BX 95. So I'm going to take this one first and put a little bit of that like taupey brown color. And let's use this. And we're going to go underneath our eye. And you want this to be really blended out. And then with that flat top brush, I'm gonna take some of that green and basically use this as a liner. Just gonna press that in. And then we'll use the other brush to blend it out. Honestly, just blend, 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 and you will get that smoky look. So it just makes your eyes look really nice and round, which I really like. So for liner, I'm using a pencil. I don't want to use liquid. I want to keep it very smoky. And this is my favorite liner ever, 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 ever. Kevyn Aucoin eyeliner. It's a dual end, so it has the smudgy part on one side and the pencil on the other. I'm going to just line from outer to inner, and also my waterline. So I finished lining my eyes, so just so it's nice and close to your lash line, and then you can always go in with an eyeliner brush just to pack it on and kind of blur out the edges, and then I did that with the lower lash line as well. So for my lashes, I want to curl them a little bit because I want to put on some individual lashes. I'm just going to put one coat of mascara. I'm getting eyelash extensions put on in a few weeks, so if you guys have them, let me know what you use to take off your makeup. I'm getting a little nervous because I'm not used to changing up my routine. So I need to know like what, because you're not supposed to use any oil on your eyes, and I use oil to take off my makeup, so it'll be interesting. I want to put some individual lashes on because they're just pretty. So these are the Ardell Medium Black, and I'm going to put on basically all of them. And I just put some glue on the back of my hand. I'll show you. Like that. And then I just dot them in and press them on. The key with these is you want to just, once you have it on, don't mess with it. Just kind of let it dry, and then make sure the lash is just kind of going in the natural curve of your lashes. So I put on like 2 rows of those individual lashes, and then I just press on some black eyeshadow with an eyeliner brush just so that it kind of, the glue dries clear, but still I like to kind of blur it out a little bit more. And then I added a little bit more of this ColourPop Gold just right there, just to make it pop a little bit more. So last but not least is our lips. Oh, and you want to spray your face with some setting spray so it all locks in. This is Urban Decay Chill. But this just makes your face not look cakey, just kind of makes it look nice and fresh. So I'm using my Bite Beauty Glacé because I love this and I talk about it all the time, so I figured I would apply it on camera for you guys. It is so stinking pretty, so let's apply. And I want it to be a little lighter, so I'm applying my ColourPop Lippy Stick in Chopper on top just to nude it out a bit. And then I want to blot. This is everything all finished. I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial. I've just been really liking doing more of a smoky eye, and I've been wearing this lip color like every single day no matter what I do to my makeup. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy makeup tutorials, and I will see you all soon. Bye! I have antioxidants in here that protects your hair from free radical damage. It helps with strength, shine, body, it nourishes, conditions, and protects. So I spray this all around my hair when it's wet, and it really just makes my hair feel so smooth.